I'm Troy Souter, Skill Development Trainer for Gorilla Academy. On this session of G-Trainer drills, we're going to demonstrate for you the reverse pivot dribble drive layup drill from three-point range using Gorilla's G-Trainer. Now this particular drill, we're going to demonstrate the team version. Have a group of players, and what we're going to do is we're going to set ourselves under the basket, each one of us having a basketball. We're going to offset with a group of individuals on the right side and left side directly with the free throw lane lines. The first person is going to approach the G-Trainer, make a pass off of it. We're going to look to catch that ball high up off the top of the key, immediately sweep it from the three-point range and go in, and we want to work on executing a layup, a reverse layup, a power layup, or a dunk. And once that person reverse pivots, then the next person's going to go, and we're just going to alternate, keep that rhythm going for 1.5 to 2 minutes, and it'll give us a nice solid perimeter segment that we're working on setting up the defender with our ball fake and our ability to shoot. Then we're going to explode off the hip, get to the basket, and then we want to finish strong. We're going to go 1.5 to 2 minutes, get a solid workout, and it'll be a great drill segment that you can add to a workout. So stay with us and we'll demonstrate for you the reverse pivot dribble drive layup drill from three-point range using Gorilla's G-Trainer. Okay, here we go, the team version of the reverse pivot dribble drive layup drill. We want to start off, first player approaching, want to catch it high and get to the basket. Just layup, regular layup, reverse layup, power layup, dunk, and then switch lines. We're just alternating it. Coaches, just spread your players out, alternate. And just go. Just alternate. Space it out, space it out. Work it to the basket. Remember, reverse layup, power layup. Sorry, Andrew. Sweep, pull through, get there. Flush, nice. Sweep and get there, sweep and get there. Finish, nice power layup. Do 1.5, 2 minutes. This team segment. Balance up. Ooh, finish. Again, work, space out. Again, catch three-point line. Finish. All right, last one, starting with me. Last one, starting with me. Finish, get to the basket. Finish, finish, finish. Last one right here. Last one, Keenan's last one. Pull through, finish. All right, that was the reverse pivot dribble drive layup drill from three-point range using Gorilla's G-Trainer. As you can see with that team aspect, we want to make sure that we're balanced out. We're running straight down the free throw lane lines, got a nice balanced line. You're alternating your lines and you're working on your spacing. That once the person reverse pivot and they're going to the basket for the layup, that you're coming off their hip, so you're coming wide on them. Balance up, go left and right. Work dribble with your left hand, your right hand. Just work going hard to the basket. We want you working on layup, power layup, reverse layup, or a dunk. Go hard for 1.5 to 2 minutes. You'll have a nice solid drill segment that you can add working from the perimeter aspect of using your three-point jump shot to draw that defender in there, immediately sweep, come off their hip, get to the basket and finish. So great drill segment to add to any workout. It's a reverse pivot, dribble drive layup drill from three-point range using Gorillas G-Trainer.
There are two main items that you need to play a game of basketball, and they are a hoop and a ball. Or if you're old school, a ball and a peach basket like they used to use back in the day. But sooner or later, as you become more competitive and games get more organized, you will encounter a basketball court. So let's look at how a basketball court is laid out, and more specifically its dimensions. And for this video we'll be looking at an NBA court. The NBA, if you don't know, is the National Basketball Association, which is the highest level of play in the United States, if probably not the world. There are a few differences for college, high school, or international courts, so some lines might differ by a few feet, but generally the layout will be the same. For dimensions specific to your level of play, there's a link in the description that has them all. We'll start with the court as a whole. From one side to the other, from one baseline to the other baseline, the court is 94 feet in length. And if we look at the other direction, a basketball court is 50 feet wide. If we zoom in here to one side of the court, from the backboard to the three-point line is 23 3/4 feet. And we'll see in subsequent videos why this is called the three-point line. But as you can see, the three-point line is not a perfect half circle, so it gets slightly closer to 22 feet here in the corner. The key, which is this red area in here, is 16 feet across, and it is 15 feet from the baseline to the foul line. And again, if you've never played basketball before, I'll explain what the foul line is in the next video. But for now, the last distance is the height of the hoop, which is 10 feet off the ground. Now that we know the dimensions, you can see what a real court would look like here during an NBA game in a big fancy arena. And likewise, you can see how the court is set up the same way on a playground. Even though maybe not every line on the NBA court is here, the important ones, the foul line, the three-point line, things like that, they are all here. And so that is how a basketball court is laid out. Thanks.
Now the second move of that triple threat situation is called a crossover. And the crossover is strictly just a change of direction. And let me show you exactly the way it should be done. In protecting the basketball, you're jabbing with your right foot, and the defense sometimes react that way, and you want to change your direction. This is what most of the people do that's going to get called for traveling. In jabbing with this right foot, they get so quick, they go this way by moving their left foot, which is your pivot foot. That is traveling in any league. So the correct way to do it is when you jab, now you're going to pick up the same foot that you jabbed with and change directions. And in putting the ball down, good defensive players, if you put the ball out here, have long enough arms. Scottie Pippen, for one, can slap it. Your momentum is going this way and the ball is going that way. Good way to correct that is when you jab, now you change. If you put the ball here, you got protection from your right leg. Your hand should be here protecting the basketball anyway. So now the only way the defense can get to that ball is to go through your arms, go through your legs. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a foul. I say 9 times out of 10 because I could get away with it. But I don't play anymore, so you don't have to worry about that. So, jab step, change the direction this way, putting the ball inside your legs. Now the good thing about an offensive player is you got to be able to go both ways. If you go one way, now you're limiting your options. The defense is going to read that, and then they become more, I guess, have the advantage to try to limit your options. As an offensive player, you never want to limit your options. So when you're working on that move to do it this way, also do it that way. So now you can have two options. If my man is taking a defensive stance, the thing that I'm looking at right now is he's playing parallel. So now he's playing me to go either way, which is good. which it also, to me, means all I have to do is give him a nice little fake this way. He's going to think and feel that that's the way I'm going. My change of direction is a little bit better to use when you see a guy with the parallel stance, mainly because he doesn't know where you're going. So now you have so many options, you just try to use as many options as you can. Now, if he had his right foot forward, that to me is saying, now he wants you to go this way. The last thing I want to do is go where the defense wants me to go. I want to go opposite. So this is when now he takes his step that way. The change of direction means he's got to pick up this foot and open, then slide to keep up to you as an offensive player. That takes more time than you taking that crossover and driving to the hole. So you have the advantage in that sense. Now, if he has his other foot up, this is what I was telling you about being able to go both ways. Now you can do the same thing and attack it this way. You see what I mean? So now he can't limit your options. So you should look, before you take your stance, look how the defense is playing you, and then decide which is your pivot foot, your right foot or your left foot, and then attack.